What's going on, guys? Big O here. And in today's video, I'm gonna be going over my 5 rules to being antisocial. Now, of course, this isn't a hate video. It's more of just saying exactly how cool it actually is to be antisocial. So, before we get into it, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so you guys get notified when I upload next. And as always, let's get into it. Rule number 5 that I would have on being antisocial is to realize that it's not exactly a bad thing. Because here's the thing. Being antisocial actually means that you're more or less in your head way too much. Now, of course, this can be a bad thing or a good thing. Because if you're in your head a lot, you can either create really cool ideas if you put a purpose behind it. Or, you could go down a very weird spiral, loophole, rabbit hole, whatever you want to call it. It just basically depends on how you're doing it. So if you put a purpose behind your thoughts, your all of the thoughts that are going behind, like in your head, you're more than likely going to actually have it be a good thing to be antisocial, because you're going to create these ideas that not many people actually will create. So it's not exactly a bad thing. Rule number 4 that I would have is that you can still be social even if you are antisocial. There are many people who are antisocial that are still social. So basically, if you want to be social, you can still be social. It just depends on the environment you're in, the people you have around you, because more than likely antisocial people have certain people that they are actually wanting to talk to, talk with, stuff like that. So it's not exactly something that, you have to say, oh, with anybody who is more or less social and doesn't get anti-socialism, is that, it's not exactly something that, they're always anti-social with people. They are still social with people. It just depends on who they're around. So it's not a bad thing, and antisocial people can always be social as well. Now, rule number 3 that I would have is to not let that be your weakness. Because most of the time, you're more or less going to have your antisocial aspect of yourself be a weakness for you, because you basically let other people tell you that it's not a good thing to be. Now, being antisocial is and isn't a bad thing to, is a good thing to be and isn't a good thing to be. Because if you're antisocial to the point where you really cannot actually talk to anyone, you just have a fear of talking to people no matter what it is, it's a bad thing. But if you are able to still be that person that, still be social around certain people, it's always a good thing, because you can create those ideas that you have a purpose behind. You can be social with those people that actually need to hear those ideas. So, it's not exactly going to be a bad thing. You can always be social, and it shouldn't be your weakness, because if it's your weakness, you're more than likely going to suffer from it. But if it's your strength, then you're just going to strive to have great ideas. Rule number 2 that I would have is to realize that you can have fun even when you're antisocial. People who are antisocial always have fun just on their own, because they have a very wide array of an imagination. Because they are more than likely constantly thinking, and when you're constantly thinking, you're going to have a very big imagination. And when you have a very big imagination, you're going to actually look at life in a very different way. You're going to see things that other people don't see. You're going to see patterns that other people don't see. You're going to think about things that other people don't think about, because your mind's just firing off new ideas, new thoughts, new imaginations. So, it's always going to be fun to be antisocial as well as being social, because even when you're social, you still have your own fun, but those are with like partying, with being around other people, having fun, playing games with other people. Antisocial people still have fun just by being antisocial, being alone. That's when they have the most fun. So, it's not a bad thing. You can still be social even if you are antisocial. It shouldn't be your weakness. And you can still have fun. And last but not least, rule number 1 that I would have is to realize that the right people will always come into your life if you are wanting to be social. So if you're more or less just being yourself, exactly like what I stated in my 5 rules to being social, which I will link right either up here or in the description down below. If you're just being yourself, the right people will always come to you, and you won't have to worry about having to worry about, anything, about pretending to be something that you're not. So, if you're just being yourself, if you're just, doing things that you want to do, the right people will always come to you, into your life, and actually treat you the way that you want to be treated. So that's basically it. If you're just being yourself, if you're more or less antisocial, be antisocial. If you like it, be antisocial. If you don't, then yeah, of course, be more social. But realize that at one point in time, you're going to have to become more social alongside of your antisocialness. Because personally, I am antisocial as well, but I do have my social side of myself as well. So, realize that it's not a bad thing. You can always be social. It shouldn't be your weakness. The right people will always come to you. And you can always have fun being antisocial as well. Now, of course, these are my 5 rules to it. There are other people. I don't know if they actually are other people that are going over these things that I'm going over. So if you guys do know any people that are, go and leave their name in the comments down below. And yeah. You guys can go watch them. If you guys don't want to watch me, that's fine. But if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so you guys get notified when I upload next. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys next time.